Hi everyone, today we are going to have a look at how to properly measure pickups resistance both from inside and outside the guitar, and by correcting also a common mistake I have seen in several videos and forums and tutorials and so on, which is connected with the fact that the pickup is not unloaded from the guitar. It is connected through the whole circuit, so you have to be careful if you want to have a proper pickup resistance reading. Otherwise you will have wrong results. And today I'll show you how to properly measure both from inside and also from outside, which can be very helpful. Let's say you want to buy this used guitar. It is supposed to be a 2012 American Standard Strat that was loaded with Fat 50s, and you would like to know whether the pickups are working and whether they are what they are supposed to be. So you plug the cord, select the neck pickup, set the volume, tones, controls up to 10. You bring in your meter, set it to 20k, and then you measure the jack side 6.09, neck 6.17, middle 6.29 for the bridge. So now you know they are working, and I will explain you how to correct those values you have taken from the jack. So first of all, we put the volume pot, tone pot to 10, and then select the neck pickup. Let's have a look at the readings. I take my meter, put it at 20k. Let's measure the neck pickup first by pointing the eyelets of the pickup. 6.00, middle pickup 6.17, and the bridge pickup 6.11. And here is the first mistake. Again, the neck is 6.00, but let's have a look, because I am in the neck position with the selector switch. So in this particular moment, the neck pickup is connected to the whole guitar electrical circuit, while the other two are disconnected because they are not, the switch is not in the middle or in the bridge position. It means they are not connected. So let's disconnect the neck pickup. So just select the middle one and just take again the resistance of the neck. It should be higher. Here we are, 6.15. So, what's going on here? Let's go to the neck position. Let's measure, should be back at 6.00, 6.01. Let's double check also the middle, which is now disconnected since we are in the neck pickup position. It measures 6.19, and if I just put the selector to the middle position, the reading should be lower. Yeah, it was 6.19 and now it's 6.05. So what's going on here? Well, it's pretty simple. When a pickup is selected as connected with the electrical circuit of the guitar, you have other components connected to the circuit as well. In particular, the volume pot, that for a Strat is supposed to be 250k. So this is interacting like resistance in parallel to the resistance of the pickup. So what you are measuring is not actually only the resistance of the pickup, but you are measuring the whole resistance of the system. So in order to do a proper reading of the different pickups from the inside of a guitar, what you have to do is to measure each individual pickup when it is disconnected from the circuit. So, for instance, let's put the selector switch to the bridge position, volume full up. So the bridge pickup is connected. I can read the neck one, 6.17, and the middle one, 6.21. In order to read the bridge, I just move away from the bridge position in the switch, just put it in the middle, and then I can read the bridge. 6.15. What you can do to measure pickup's resistance from the outside is to plug a jack and measure from there. So again, volume and tone both up to 10. The selector switch to the neck position, it means that the neck pickup is connected to the overall circuit. So again, the result we will read from outside is affected by the rest of the circuit. I will tell you how to calculate the correct one later on. 6.04. Let's move to the middle. 6.07, and the bridge 6.01. You see the readings are not really stable because they depend on different parameters. One of these is the temperature of the coil, and since I am under sun, there might be some slight variation. But you get a very important point. If you measure from the outside neck position 6.02, and then you measure from the inside again the neck, but just move the switch, you should get a higher value, 6.18, and this one is the correct one. So what you're measuring from the outside is wrong. How to correct this? Very simple. You have to take into account the volume pot resistance, which you cannot measure directly when it is connected to the guitar circuit. You can indirectly calculate it, or you can suppose it is up to 250K, which is the spec for Stratocasters in general. Now I show you how to relate the values in order to be able to measure correctly pickups also from the outside. So let's simplify the electrical circuit of a Strat when the neck pickup is selected through the switch. In this configuration we have the neck resistance, which is at the end in parallel to the volume pot resistance, while the middle and the bridge pickup, they are disconnected because they are not in contact with the switch and they are not connected to the rest of the electrical circuit. So what we are measuring from the outside when we are measuring with our meter, they are two resistance in parallel, neck resistance and volume pot resistance. That is the reason why the readings we are having from outside, they are not correct. So there is a general rule to calculate resistances in parallel. So in this case our total is the one we measure from the outside the guitar, or the one we measure from inside while the switch is set to the pickup we are measuring. Resistance of the neck is what we measured from inside the guitar, while the switch is set to another pickup. And the resistance of the volume pot is supposed to be 250K for a Strat. So how to correct the readings from outside? Well, it's pretty simple because you can derive from this low the resistance you're looking for. So in this case, resistance of the neck, and you get this formula. There is some mathematics behind if you want to have a look. So this is what we want to know. This is supposed to be 250K, and this is what we measure from the outside. So by using this formula and having the readings of the neck, middle, bridge, both from inside real value and also from outside affected value, we can use this formula to calculate in an indirect way the resistance of each individual pickup. So you see that for the neck, the real value is 6.17 and the calculated is 6.169, which is pretty close. For the middle, again, we are pretty close with the calculated one, and for the bridge as well, we are pretty close. Again, these are 3 calculated values by using this formula. You may also want to know how to calculate your volume pot value. So if you have both readings from inside the guitar, real values, and from the outside, affected values, you can use a very similar formula to the previous one to calculate in an indirect way the resistance of your volume pot. And by using the readings from a neck, middle and bridge, we end up with these estimated values for volume pot resistance: 248K, 269 and 264. So first note, we are pretty close to 250, which is good, but why does it vary so much? Of course, we have some errors in repeatability of the readings. We have, as I said previously, changes in temperature of the pickups, of the coils, of the electrical components during the readings, because I was under sunshine, and this is affecting the resistance of electrical components. And there are many other factors. One other factor is that I'm not using a professional meter. That's it for today. If you have found this video useful, please hit subscribe and stay tuned for more. And of course, we couldn't end without paying some tribute to this wonderful guitar. Again, 1982, made in Japan, JB Stratocaster. For those of you who doesn't know really well these particular models, this is one of the most sought after JBs in the whole range. It is the so-called first issue, the special logo, Fender made in Japan, and on the ball headstock the Squier series decal. And here is the back as well in all its glory. Thank you again for watching, and stay tuned.